Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala barakatuh. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Alhamdulillah. In the previous video, we have explained to you how we're going to achieve excellence insofar as how we as a Muslim Ummah want to transform ourselves to be a leading Ummah in the 21st century. So we have in chapter 9, we have this approach called Khalifah circle, which you can study. It's a methodology in which we try to harness the potential of every single Muslim, whether they are children, whether they are teenager, whether they are adult, whether they are old people. Everybody together can impact a change in the Ummah. So this is chapter 9. We're talking about practical application of positive Islamic psychology, handbook for positive change, the Khalifah circle approach to help create a just, peaceful and happy society. So we have to do this in the 21st century because, as I have mentioned earlier, we, the Ummah, the 1.7 billion Muslims today, we are living in a very negative state, and because of that we are living in a way that is very unfulfilling, stressful and conflict driven. So we have to change that. So that is this greatest opportunity in the 21st century, because with the coming of the new way of life, there is a lot of opportunity for us to actually change the situation of the Ummah to become a better Ummah and later on lead the world in terms of holistic, purpose, meaningful based life. That's very important. So the introduction in this chapter by Professor Mahdi Jenkins: it is our firm belief that the unique social and historical conditions of our time, combined with the new knowledge in the field of science and technology, make it not only possible but highly likely within a generation or so we'll have a peaceful world where Muslims can fully and truly practice Islam in a just, peaceful and happy world. So that is our goal in terms of our Khalifah method and positive Islamic psychology. We'd like to introduce an innovative plan on behalf of Islam. It is called Khalifah Circle. You can create your own name if you so wish. You do not want to use the way it's Khalifah Circle, you can call it California Circle, if you're in California, or you are in a masjid, SBL masjid, whatever, Sayyidina Ali Masjid, whatever, you can use your own circle. It is a concept rather than an organization. We as Muslims accept that there is no path to a right and just world but Islam. So we must accept that our foundation is Islam, not materialism, not post-materialism, not hedonism, not free for all, but Islam, the righteous core of truth within the deen of Islam, of Iman, Islam and Ihsan. Therefore, we want to do our utmost to bring a rightly guided, committed belief and dedicated practice of Islam back into every aspect of life for all members of the Muslim Ummah. So for the 21st century, that is our goal. We are not actually doing external da'wah, internally islah and tashdid. We want to change ourselves because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, for an ummah, if they do not activate to change themselves, they will not be changed. So their situation, their condition, their deprivation will stay where they are unless they take the necessary energy, the input in a positive way to help change individually, then change the community, and then change the global ummatic society. And of course, we also desire to make Islam both acceptable and attractive to non-Muslims. So we want it to be attractive to non-Muslims. So they see if we Muslims living in peace, in happiness, in tranquility, spiritually balanced, emotionally balanced, socially balanced, physically healthy, sure, they're like, hey, they say this is a good way of life. We want to be part of you. While many of our pious brothers and sisters are attempting, both as individual and within organization, to achieve the same worthy goal, we'll be using a new approach. We'll be using the powerful new tools of social influence and sophisticated modern information technology to disseminate the traditional knowledge of Islam. Our ultimate goal is to have a fully and truly united Islamic world, contributing towards peace and happiness for every human being in a just world. So that is just our intro to that. And how are we going to do that? All right, I have explained to you in the previous video that if we're going to change, we must try to recreate the ideal world. This world is now moving towards self-destruction. It's an evil, more bad input into our consciousness, more bad than little good. This is all good, this is ideal, but we must move from bad to more good than bad. So if we can do that, then we can create a change world. Okay, I'm going back to this flip chart. What is important is for us, if we want to change, you remember in the Islamic theology, the metaphysics of Islam, we consist of the four realms of existence. That means Allah gives us our ruh, the spiritual, then Allah gives us our qalb, the akal, the emotion, Allah gives us the akal, the mind, and Allah gives us the physical body. All these constitute our nafs as our exist on this earth. So how are we going to change? We have to change from the past to the present and to the future. So there are three ways, three levels we have to do. First, we must forget the past. So if we are programmed in terms of a very toxic and negative lifestyle, for example, we are programmed towards doing evil, towards aggression, towards murder, towards killing, towards war, towards conflict. All these are the value system of a society or an ummah under stress and an ummah under self-destruction. So we are self-destroying ourselves, because if you are mentally stressed, you will manifest in your physical body. Your physical body will be stressed. So when you are physically stressed, you cannot think correctly, because you are always having flashback of the past. Oh, you know, this person is no good, for example, or this sect or this race is no good, you know, and you keep harping, or the Shia are no good, and then the Sunni say the Sunni are no good. So that is a conflict mentality. You program this, then your heart will manifest hatred. When your heart manifests hatred, you are spiritually not balanced. So this is where we have to find a way, because whatever you have in terms of your thoughts, remember, we have our FET cycle. In the holistic approach, we have the FET cycle. From the realm of the universe, we have the feelings first. From the realm of the universe, that means from the realm that Allah created us, He gave us the grace, mercy, love, compassion, and so on. So we have these feelings in us, in our nafs. Alright, these feelings come from here. Alright, FET. It comes down to us just like this. Alright, to our spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical self. So we will have the feelings of goodness from Allah. Allah shower us with grace, but what we do, we think about revenge. So it's the opposite. Allah give us positive things about mercy. We think about what? Killing. That's not merciful, right? So we always do the opposite of the feelings, the innate nature that Allah has given us. So our emotion vibrates. The energy that Allah gives us vibrates in a negative sense. So if we do that, then we become an ummah of self-destruction. So that is the past. If you want to change, first we got to cut off the thoughts at this level. The mind that Allah give us, this akal that Allah give us, to think how we can change our physical state, our mental state, emotional state, and physical state. So the past, if it is negative, all right. So if it's in the past, we are doing all this is, say, negative. We have to bring it to positive. So how to do positive? We have to change the state of our mind, our akal. So instead of revenge, we bring in the mercy of the value of mercy from Allah, the value of love, especially love. That's why always we anchor love. We bring the value of love, so we feel the love of Allah at our ruh. We feel the love of Allah at our qalb. We feel the love of Allah at our mind. Then we will manifest it in the physical realm, because then all your neurotransmitters will be producing serotonin, dopamine, and you'll be happy. In the previous case, you'll be producing cortisol and all the other negative neurotransmitters and hormones, fight and flight hormones, that you have hundreds of hormones in your body. So your body will be always stressed out. You always be lethargic. You'll be fearful. You'll be worried. You are thinking about all kind of negative things. So that past you must erase, bring it out of your system, and start thinking of today? What am I going to do today to change myself so that I can imbue myself from the grace of Allah? From the realm of the absolute, Allah give us grace, mercy, compassion, love, forgiveness and all that. So I try to absorb or to implement that in my life. So we do it in small measure. So the whole project here, this Khalifah circle, is how you can imbue yourself with these values. When you do that, then you are in the present. Then when you do that, you are in the future. Then you have to visualize your SEMP. What is your future you want to do? What can you contribute to the Ummah in small ways? For example, you can help. You are in a mosque or you are in a youth group. You have a brother who is depressed. You can help him by becoming his friends. Yeah? We have groups like Befrienders. You befriend them, give them some sort of encouragement, because they are living in a toxic world. Their mind is always toxic. For example, they are depressed because they failed in an exam and they feel like they want to kill themselves. A lot of young people are like that now. So instead of saying that the exam is the be all and all, you can give them what we call the inner speech method. We have in our book, all right, we have this inner speech method where you can teach them to frame the inner speech from negative to positive, and slowly they will overcome the psychological problem of depression and suicide ideation. So you can do that small thing, or you can do bigger things. Like for example, inshallah, for us, positive Islamic psychology, we are uploading all these videos in the hope that inshallah one day will inspire you, all of you, from all over the world. Alright, subscribe to our Islamic Psychology PIP, learn some of the things that we have been doing research on, and then heal ourselves first with positive values, positive inner speech, positive thoughts, positive meaning in life, positive everything. You change a little bit at a time. Naturally, it's not easy because your body is, and your mind and your mental self is always negative, always thinking of revenge killing. You cannot do that. So it's very difficult because it's like addiction to negativity. So we must change the addiction to negativity to slowly bring in the beautiful deen of love, peace, care, fair and share into your life, and then slowly spread this positive message. First implement in yourself, then you see a change. Wow, you feel happy, you feel balanced, you feel close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Each time you go out, just like Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he's walking to the mosque, he's always thinking of Allah. What does he say? When there's a hadith which Rasulullah always practice, some sort of meaning is like this. As he walks out to the mosque, he says, Ya Allah, help me and guide me to give me the goodness of my heart, the goodness of my heart, the goodness of my eyes, the goodness of my ears. Alright, as I walk, give me goodness in front of me, on my right, on my top, on my left and behind me, and give me all your goodness that you bestow upon me. So he's walking to the mosque. What is he programming? He's anchoring goodness, love and mercy from Allah. That is Rasulullah. Each time he goes to the mosque, he walks, that is what he says. So his mind is connected to the realm of the absolute. That's why whatever that he wishes, he has the miracle, because Allah is close to him. So if he says he dua for Allah to have rain, rain will come. If he dua for healing, healing will come, because he has reached the level of closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that whatever that he does is a manifestation of the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is one method that I hope you all can understand, and I'm giving more ideas of this idea, because each time you change your state of your mind, you change your state of your biology and neurological connection in your brain, you change your state of your emotion, and with the grace of Allah, you change the state of the spirituality, you become a wonderful, happy, peaceful, good Muslimin and Muslimat, good human beings that can make and change the world towards a peaceful, just world for all, inshallah.